What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I have been trying to get this video done in a really long time, and I haven't done it mostly because I've been really lazy, but also because I'm just really busy, and I'm just kind of like thinking to myself, like, are people even watching my stuff? You know, should I even keep doing what I'm, making videos? And I'm just like, you know what? Yes, because I like to do them. So if people watch them or not, who cares? Point is that I'm having fun doing it, and I can listen to myself rant whenever I want. Just go to YouTube, click it, and then just watch myself, right? So this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's about huge thing that is going on in my life right now. It's taking literally the majority of my time. I hate it, but I love it too. Guess what it is? Nursing school. Nursing school. I apologize for my hideous teeth. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about a couple of things today about nursing school. Okay, so I actually made this little list. I wrote down what I'm gonna talk to you all about, so I can be a little bit more professional. No, but really, so I won't like lose my train of thought and then just ramble on and on and on and on and on and on and on, how I usually do. Okay. I'll tell you a little bit about my experience first. My experience with nursing school. First of all, I wanna clarify that I already do have a bachelor's degree. So this is not my first time in a rodeo. Is that even how it's said? But anyways, this is my first time in college. Okay, I'm a decent college person. But I do have to say that nursing school is a whole nother story. It's a lot about time management. Time management is key. I cannot stress that enough. Did I pass? Did I fail? I mean, I passed. Like, why would I be making this video if I didn't pass? It's kind of like, Mariana, you're gonna talk about this shit and you haven't even fucking passed, like, bitch, No, I passed, definitely. So, in nursing school, you have, like, your classes, obviously, like with anything, right? But I had 4 classes. It was intro to nursing, it was health assessment, it was skills, and then it was my clinical class. I'm gonna talk a little bit about them. Intro to nursing was kind of like the fundamentals of nursing, but as a career. So it kind of tells you a little bit about the different paths that you can take as a nurse, and I don't know, just those kinds of things. But I honestly did not like that class, like, at all. I did not like it. It was more of a theory class, and the other class I had was health assessment, and health assessment was just pretty much like learning how to do a head-to-toe assessment on a patient. So they taught you, like, they broke down the body into the different systems. So you learn how to assess the skin, you learn how to assess the cardiovascular system, you learn how to assess the respiratory system, all those kinds of things. You learned how to take vital signs in this class. This class was pretty cool. I liked it. I just didn't like that most of the time we had to teach ourselves. So my class was half and half. It was like half online and then half in person, but the half in person was mostly like for us to just practice on our partner. And then the next one I had was skills. So skills was a bitch, okay? In skills, you learn how to pretty much do skills. So we learned how to wash our hands. We learned how to make a bed. We learned how to clean people's, we learned how to put an IV. We learned medication administration, so like intramuscular injections, subcute injections, giving pills, giving eye drops, giving all that stuff. It was pretty cool. We had like checkoffs for each each thing that we learned. We had to like check off on it. So I had to check off on an IV. I had to check off, like in front of an instructor, and you had like a time frame, and so you had to do it within that amount of time correctly and follow all the steps, and you're acting like you're talking to the patient, even though sometimes you're like using a dummy. And so that's how they checked you off on skills. And then the other class I had was clinical. So clinical this first time around was only 8 hours. So we got there at 6:30, and then we would leave at like 2 or 3:30. And it was pretty cool. It was my actual first exposure to the hospital setting. Got to talk to the patients. I got to follow around the nurse. And all in all, it was a good experience. It wasn't too hands-on because, as a first semester nursing student, you're not really allowed to do much. More so just, like watch the nurse and learn by doing that. I did clean butts though. You can clean a butt. My hardest class, I would want to say that it was health assessment, just because of the tests. They were very detailed, and most of the other classes were very kind of like broad, and I don't know, you really had to dive into the details of each system, so you could understand everything. So what was the hardest thing for me for of the first semester in nursing school? Well, I think the hardest thing and what I have the biggest issue with is that everything seems to be very scattered. Everything, and what I mean by that is that like the teacher will randomly throw something at you. Like they change up the dates. They tell you, oh, you gotta come in for this mandatory tutoring, or oh, you gotta do this, and oh, you gotta do that. So I think for me that was the hardest thing about the first semester. And that's one of the aspects, I guess. Another thing was just being out of the groove of school. I wasn't used to handling material from 4 different classes. I did take some prereqs, but I would only take like one class at a time, and that's it. With nursing school, you have to be doing so many things at the same time, and I think that also what makes it harder is that I have to work full time, or close to full time, as well as do nursing school and take care of everything else that is going on in my life. All in all, my first semester in nursing school was definitely a roller coaster. There's a lot of things that were happening during that time. For me, a lot of adjusting, just personal things. So it made school harder. But all in all, nursing school is definitely doable. Obviously, like millions of people are nurses. So yeah, it's just like my little spiel about nursing school. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to me if you want to see more nursing school videos. I'm pretty much going to start doing a little bit more of those, just because that is the major thing that's going on in my life right now. Nursing school, study, tests, clinicals, rush here, rush that for assignments. So that's pretty much my life right now. So don't forget to give me a like, give me a view, subscribe to the channel, and if there's something that you want to see, let me know, and I can maybe work it out. Thank you.